What's going on, everybody? It's me, Hannibal, over here at Pedro, and we're hanging out with Shannon Sharpe that has a lot of foundation or some kind of what the f.
He is caked up. He's
So,
beat.
what's the chances you think a black makeup artist did this to him? I don't.
I don't know. I hadn't thought about it like that. Likely, I
I
guess.
don't think so. We
You think
wouldn't
it was
do that to him.
a white makeup
Yeah,
artist?
because what is this? What happened here? Did he have some kind of facial injury? Like why is his face so this is not this is not a Photoshop. I didn't saturate the colors and make no, that's how he looked. Pedro told me about it. I'm like, really?
Yeah.
Because I haven't really checked out a lot of the First Take, Undisputed, any of that stuff recently. But what's going on? I mean, this is a multi-billion-dollar business, the ESPN. Why are they letting these people look like this?
It's not okay. It's not okay. And listen, I
Joe,
understand.
what the
I understand, dude. I understand. Like you put like news anchors, people do it, actors. It's part of it. You're gonna get the little blemishes. You got the bright lights. You want,
Right.
you want to look presentable. Whatever. I've never been somebody that was been in a position to put makeup on, but this is he should have looked at himself and said, "Hold on, no. This ain't right."
I think because you're preparing for the show, it's a lot of information, a lot of pressure. I think he probably looked that way. He didn't see how bad, and also he's doing. The people who are around him are probably saying, "Oh, you look great." The person who did the makeup said, "You look great."
No, he
says
usually
he looks
does.
like
I've never seen him look like this. Have you? I've never seen this before.
a gentrified Bill Cosby. He looks dead. So this is what I think.
Yeah.
He died. And I don't know. I don't want to dampen the. I don't want to be too down here. But usually when you got a funeral and you see someone they're laying there, it's a lot of weird makeup. Their face looks weird because they have to construct it to make the person look decent. He looks dead, like a Halloween costume.
Yeah, and I like Shannon Sharpe, and I don't like this. This to me was just like, damn, he don't look good.
Is that lip gloss? I don't know what it is. You know he probably colors his hair because he's in his 50s. No one has that much black hair. He's colored hair. It's just too much foundation. Is that what it is? I don't know about make. What's the thing you put on your on your?
And even his eyes look like they got cut. I don't know. Something he usually looks great. Obviously he's physically fit. He takes care of himself. I like Shannon Sharpe. But this is a bad look.
Giggity says it looks like a Mexican hot cocoa. So like Richard, Shannon ain't looking too sharp. Yeah, I don't know. Have you watched the show? I haven't. I don't know if it's working, if it's not working. Those debate shows, I don't give a damn.
I see clips on YouTube, maybe like you here. They come up on my feed, and that's where I saw this today.
Yeah.
And then when I went on to TikTok, I saw it on TikTok, and I was like, Shannon, what's going on? He looked like Medea. That's what I told Hannah. Like, he looked like Medea. Like this ain't okay. Plus, he's got that really bright jacket on. He just looks like Medea.
Yeah, it just wasn't good. Hopefully he gets, and Shannon's a good sport, so I'm sure he's taking it fine. They gotta fix it. Listen, that was a bad game. Next game, fix your problems, move on, that type of thing. But welcome everybody. I hope you guys had a good weekend. Interesting day of sports. Giants still couldn't figure out how to win. Did the Bears win, Pedro?
What was that? I missed.
All right. Well, yeah, the Bears do what the Bears do. So right now, the race to the number one pick is between the Giants and the Bears. Actually,
Panthers.
No, there's one. Well, yeah, Panthers haven't won
Carolina
yet, but at least their quarterback looks like he's doing all right. Yeah, they're not winning, but he's not embarrassing himself. He's not Daniel Jones up right now, even though Daniel Jones didn't play. I look at Bryce. He looked all right. I mean, in my opinion, he looks fine. Yes, Yeah, I agree 100%, Gloria. The Giants blew it. They blew it so many times. I'm not going to talk about the game. Who cares about the Giants? Let's talk about the Bears. Pedro, you got any information you want to talk? Like any insights? Any about the Bears?
Oh, Hannibal. Let's see. Well, Justin Fields got hurt, so that sucked. We didn't look good still on offense. I don't know what we had. Two and a half games of looking good, and yesterday nothing. The defense didn't play really that bad. We didn't give up a lot of points. I mean, we actually did decent for us, but the play calling is still just really bad. I just don't get how you go from throwing the ball to DJ Moore for 230 yards and 3 touchdowns, and he barely saw targets. Play calling's bad. Justin Fields looked not great. I just don't get it. And then we have a chance to win it at the end with a guy that's an undrafted quarterback that played Division III football. And I'm like, oh, okay, Bajan, whatever your name is. We had a chance to win the game. We had the possession. He threw an interception, which I don't know where he was throwing to. So it's just being a Bears fan is hard, man. It's tough. It's tough. So basketball's coming. We'll see what the Bulls do. Blackhawks hockey started. Blackhawks look decent. They got a really, really good young player, a rookie. I know you don't do hockey, but so the Blackhawks might, they're at least exciting. But the Bears,
I can't even skate. Well, go ahead.
Yeah, well, neither can I. But the Bears suck. It is what it is. Both our teams are horrible. Just to say it like that. If we played each other, I don't even. Who knows what would happen?
Be a tie. Yes, Stevie, wonderful. Appreciate you for coming through. Of course, we're going to talk about the Lions real quick. They are really good. 5-1. They beat the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Beat your who's the quarterback that's has a winning record?
Good old Baker Mayfield.
Yeah, so he's all right. But yeah, the Lions look pretty good.
They look really
good. They have a lot of energy. It's about time. That team has been terrible for a long time. Hopefully, they can at least bring some kind of like respectability back in the Detroit, because I don't know any other teams in that city that's good. I'm trying to think. No, I don't think so either.
Nothing.
And the Jets won a game. I'm like, there's no way Eagles gonna lose this.
Man, I don't. Hannibal. Let me tell you something. I was Saturday, and then I didn't do it Saturday, so I was like, I'm gonna wake up Sunday, drive to Illinois, and play some bet. I was like, let me get $100. I'm gonna place me a little parlay.
I thought we weren't doing the bets.
I know, but I was like, you know what? There's some games in this week. I was like, man, these are easy picks, right? I'm thinking Buffalo is going to beat the Giants, which they did, but I'm thinking the 49ers are going to beat the Browns. The Eagles are going to beat the Jets. There were a few other games that were like the Jaguars to win. They won. There was a few, like 6 games. I'm like, these are almost guarantees. And I'm glad I didn't, because I would have lost $100 because there was some upsets yesterday. It was great.
Yeah. The Jets, I wouldn't have bet of any of these games, except the Giants and the Bills. And the Bills did what they had to do, but again, they almost lost that game.
Yeah.
And the Giants they just looked for ways to not win. It was just embarrassing. Whatever.
Yeah.
And the Browns beating the 49ers. Yeah. So I mean, that's how the NFL works. But good thing I didn't put any money down. I wasn't too thrilled about any of these games, and right now the Cowboys are playing the Chargers. They're winning 10-7.
Yeah.
Which who knows how that game gonna go. But other than that, man, actually, I think Hector said something. So the biggest upset: Jets stunning the Eagles and made Jalen Hurts look like Russell Wilson. You gotta really look bad at like Russell Wilson.
Yeah, I don't think he looked like. Well, he did throw 3 interceptions, which is not like him. He doesn't throw. I don't feel like he throws a lot, but the Jets got a really good defense, and Aaron Rodgers, he's walking. He's not really walking, but he's not in a boot, throwing a football around, not on crutches. There are people that are saying the procedure he had for his torn Achilles, which is for most people, it's like at least 12 to 15 months, right?
Yeah.
There's whispers that he might by week 15 or 16 in the NFL week be able to maybe come back. That's what he said. Like, he would like to come back. So if the Jets can just stay afloat, if they're in that wild card hunt or whatever, I mean, do you play Aaron Rodgers or do you go with the guy that's Zach Wilson that's played all year? So I think they might have a decision to make. So it's going to be interesting.
Oh, wow. Guess what the next team they play?
They play the Giants?
Yeah.
If you guys lose to the Jets, man, that's
so.
But the Jets have really good defense, so I mean,
I mean that could be a win for the Jets. So the Jets play the Giants, Chargers, Raiders, Bills, Dolphins. That's the next.
So that's not. I mean, the Bills, Dolphins. I mean, they could beat the Raiders, they can beat the Chargers, but they could also lose all those games. So it's going to be the Jets are an interesting team right now.
Yeah, I'm assuming Bills and Dolphins are probably L's. They need to beat the Giants and the Raiders just to kind of keep afloat. But oh Jesus, yeah. Hector says the only time he's going to root against the Giants. Fair enough. But other than that, we still did the NBA is still simmering. Like I'm still, it ain't start yet. I'm just looking at some of the stuff.
Victor Wembanyama, whatever, he looks pretty good. He's put up a few good games.
Yeah, so, which I mean, I don't think that's not to be expected. I'm worried about durability because he is just two sticks. See how long he can handle the physicality and what's going on in how the NBA plays. But just the skill and the way he moves. Yeah, I mean, I think the Spurs looks pretty good. Yeah. I mean, I don't think they're going to be doing anything special this year, but
not in the Western Conference. But no, he looks legit so far. He looks pretty good.
He's gonna get a lot of blocks because they still probably don't understand how tall this motherfucker is. So they're gonna be doing those weird layups and stuff like that, and he's gonna get a few blocks. The guy can still shoot, and they got good coach that's gonna put him definitely in the right position. So we'll see. It'll take a while for me to really get into that NBA.
I usually wait till about Christmas when I start really getting into it. So
well, yes, we got another fantastic show for you guys, even though we already started the show, but there's a few things I want to talk about. Obviously there's a TikTok that got viral, I think 1 million views, on a woman's, I guess, preference on where she wants to eat for a date, or at least a first date. Kind of similar to what we were looking at the other day with a woman that was upset that she went to Cheesecake Factory, which you could took most women would have no problem with. I didn't get a chance to say that. I think 85-90% of women, if you take them to the Cheesecake Factory, they'll eat and have a good time. She was just being special, and the man did the appropriate thing by taking her home. And also, I want to talk about this real quick, and we're gonna get into the whole LOLCOW thing and why I decided to talk about why they can't make friends, why they can't maintain relationships, why they always seem like they're by themselves.
Yeah, so we're gonna get into LOLCOW. So hit the thumbs up. We're gonna talk about the moves a little bit. So,
but you know what? This is a LOLCOW. I'm calling this person a LOLCOW. Jada Pinkett Smith is a LOLCOW now.
Ooh, okay. Really?
All right. Yes, she's good looking, but she's annoying. And she's evil, and I believe she could be a witch. I don't know.
I think I didn't.
If you throw her in the water, she may float. Who knows?
Probably. And I feel like right now, it just seems like she wants a lot of attention. Yeah. We talk about men and like midlife crisis and things. They do certain things. I don't know what you call it for women. Is it the same thing? I feel like she just wants attention. She's talking about Tupac, and she visited him at Rikers Island. He proposed, and I said no. Like she's like bringing up this stuff that it's just kind of like. And I know she has a book to promote, but like it just seems like she's got a lot of like energy that is like, look at me, 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 and kind of disrespecting Will. And she's been playing that card, it seems like, for years. And now she's talking about all these things that people didn't know about. Why do we need to know about it? It's just the energy she's giving out.
Because no one really asking. Like they'll just start talking. So let's just get to it. So she has a memoir that's going to come out. I don't know if it's already out, but it's called Worthy. James Worthy. It's called Worthy, about her life, right? And there's a few details that came out that a lot of us didn't know. Again, who asks? She's telling us. I mean, I know a lot of people are upset. Like, what? We didn't ask. We didn't ask how things are going. She speaks. She does it on. She did it on that Red Table show, and then she's writing this book. So a few things. They've been living completely separate lives since 2016. This is before Trump. They had separate lives. To me, that's a bombshell, because if they were living separate lives, and let's be honest, if for some reason they don't want to say open marriage, they don't want to say they're swingers. I don't know why. At this point, it's rumors. Who cares? If that's your life and you want to do the open, but for some reason they don't want to say that. So then people start speculating. That's why they think Will Smith is a cuck or a simp or whatever like that, because you're not telling us everything. I don't know what she's doing. So she says that, right? We've basically been living apart for 7 years. Yeah. So if that's true, then why did she make this whole big thing, making Will sit at the table, telling him about her entanglement, when they were probably free to do whatever they wanted anyway? So Pedro, help me out. I don't understand.
Listen, I want to ask you a question first, and then I'll kind of go in. So, Hannibal, do you think in most relationships there is a dominant personality and the person that is kind of in control?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely.
I think Jada is that person with Will. I think Will is just a super nice, talented guy. He wears his heart in his sleeve. He's a great actor. He's just that guy. Some people think he's goofy. He's this, he's that, but seems like a cool guy, right?
Yeah.
And I think Jada is just very. I think she wears the pants in the relationship, and whether whoever's idea it was to maybe separate, and we don't know the details. That's their personal business. I could care less. Or maybe it was one of them wanted to have an open relationship, but they didn't want to go public because they're, at that point, and even now, Will's always been the more of a superstar, right? Jada Pinkett's a, celebrity, but Will Smith's a superstar. There's a difference, right?
Yeah, she's not on the same level as Will
Not
Smith.
on the same level. So maybe it's about saving face, and they got kids, and keeping up with appearances, right? But I think she's got this man on a chokehold, man. Like this, I mean, I could never imagine going on a show and making it public like that, and airing out those kind of things. I just don't really see the benefit.
Yeah. And knowing how important Will Smith is for his career and some of the stuff that he does. And I'm sure he, spends money, he has all types of programs. He puts a lot of effort in maintaining this image. Oh, he's a Fresh Prince, man. Like he's the cool guy. He's always laughing. He talks a lot about motivation. Have you checked out a lot of his, I don't know if he still does it at this point, but social media, he was the motivational guy.
Yeah.
He was so motivated. It felt like maybe he was a part of a cult or something. But now it's just like, for some reason, Jada just wants to beat this guy down, and she makes it seem like she's not trying to do that. So I know you mentioned things about Tupac. So in this memoir, she says when Tupac was serving a sentence in Rikers Island in 1999, he proposed to her.
Yeah.
Who knows that's true? I don't know.
I've heard other people say it's not because he was with another woman at that time, but we don't, you never really know. But I think it's really convenient that she speaking about this now, and Tupac is back in the news about what happened, about capturing the killer and things like that. And like, she could say whatever she wants about the conversations that they had, right? He's not here to say either way. So she can make up any kind of thing. So it just seems weird.
It is weird. And I want to jump in real quick about the Tupac and the reason why he's in jail. And it's something that people don't talk about. And I love Tupac as an artist, but I never will ever say that some of these artists are great people. I don't know them personally, right?
Yeah, good point.
So Tupac was in jail for sexual assault. I guess I want you guys to kind of remember that. Not selling the man, I'm just letting you know that's what happened. He was convicted of first-degree sexual assault in 1994. Just let you know. I mean, I love you. Listen, I listen to all of Mike Tyson's podcast interviews now, but I know why he was in jail for one of those times.
Yeah,
it's kind of you have to remember. So let's say Jada Pinkett Smith or Jada Pinkett at that time knew that and still went to visit the dude, and he proposed. Whatever, like you said, it could be a bunch of lies anyway. And
they were both really young at the time. I mean, they were young; they were kids, right? Pretty early 20s, whatever, at that time, I think. So it's just weird. She's just weird. You get a vibe with people, or you feel like you just can't really trust them, or there's ulterior motives, and she just seems a little. I almost feel like if I met Will Smith, he'd probably be cool. He'd shake his hand, like, "Hey, I'm a big fan." And I feel like if I meet Jada, she'd look at you and roll her eyes.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Don't
touch me. I'm not.
And I didn't get that when she was younger as an actress and Set It Off and Menace to Society, right? Like in these movies, she's like, "Oh, it was a cute girl with the braids." Like she seems real chill. Now, as she's gotten older, she kind of seems like a bitch. If I'm being honest, that's how I look at her right now.
The other thing too, I think what was probably happening is just like a lot of us, when Jada or when Tupac died, he becomes a mythical figure. If he was alive, I'm sure she may have fell in and out of this infatuation. But the fact that he died as dramatically as been, and how special he is in his music and his poetry, and because she used to write poems as well, she seems like Jada is just stuck on it. And no matter that she meets one of the most successful men ever. The man he was able to be one of the greatest actors. he had a successful acting career, obviously on TV, movies, obviously in music. You may not have liked it, but the guy sold a lot of records and made a lot of money doing it. All the other things he has done, and she's like, "Nah, I miss that other guy," but he's gone. And trust me, if he was around, he even told you, I'm not interested. I just feel like that's one of the things. Like when someone leaves, it's all about what could have been.
Yeah.
What chances of that actually a relationship was actually going to happen? And she has used this man and the him not being here to beat Will Smith over the head with it.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. And you've hinted to this because we've talked about this topic once or twice before, right? Over the last few months. And you said she's got something over him. She knows something about him. And, and that could be true. And we have to also understand we don't know everything. We're just having an opinion here based on what we see and hear. But it could be that Will Smith's an asshole. It could be that he's cheated on her and this is her way of getting back. And, it could totally be that. We have no idea. But
I think
it just seems really dirty for them to kind of put all this out there. It just seems weird to me. But
Bobby says Jada is looking to sell books. The relationship was done long ago. But I'm I guess I know people love money and they love to make more money and more money as possible. But I don't understand, or at least to go through all this. And remember, they have kids together. How is this helping her kids, her family, to sell a few books? They're not living together. So what's the and I listen. Yeah. Hollywood people are weird. So them living apart, maybe that's something that makes sense. It doesn't make sense necessarily to me. Like, does it make sense to you? Okay, you're married with someone and you guys are not living together. Like, does that make sense to you, Pedro? Because I don't get it.
I don't know. I guess
this is not separate bedrooms.
It's not something I would. Like it's not something I would do.
Right.
But I guess it depends. There are people that have different types of relationships. It works for them for whatever reason. Could be for the kids. Their kids are older, but I mean, I don't know. I just think it's just odd. But also, they've been together for a long time, right? They've been together basically 30 years or something, right?
Yeah, so, I think almost. I think they stay. Was it 90? Whenever Independence Day came out.
Yeah, 95, 96. I think they've been together since. So it's been a long time. So
he was a rebound dude because Tupac died in 95, 96. And then she just went with him, and then she didn't want to be with him, but she stuck around because the guy was successful and worked hard. He was Ali. Like it just pisses me off, man.
He was Ali.
She's a cheater. She cheated with her son's best friend, and then instead of having like a private conversation, boy, it was just a lot of. I don't know. It's hard.
Yeah, but if she's saying that they've been separated since 2016,
but still married, but yeah.
Okay, yeah, but if you're separated, that's not cheating. That's how I look. If you're still married, but you're separated and you're not together, and you're no longer living a married husband and wife relationship in that regard, and you're with somebody else, that's not cheating, in my opinion.
No, I agree, and that's why I'm annoyed. Just say you guys are in an open marriage. Because that's what they were doing. They're. I'm not saying swingers. Swingers a little bit. It's more of a different thing. That's more of like what you guys are doing intimately, swinging. But they have an open relationship. They're able to date outside of marriage, but they're still married. Jada does not want to get divorced. Clearly, Will doesn't. But for some reason, they don't want to say that because I guess they're worried about what the people are saying, even though we're already saying it. So then they made it seem like she cheated on him. But at the same time, I think this is what they do. This is their bag. That's what they're interested in doing. So I don't know.
Well, that's a good way of looking at it.
Yeah.
This comment here is pretty, interesting and spot on, I think, from Barbara. What doesn't make sense is they are married, living separate, but he is still beholden to the husband expectations, and she is not beholden to the wives. Interesting.
Yeah. That's
he's protecting her, but you could not be with your ex. You could be. Jada could be his ex-wife or separated, and he could still protect her the way he. That's the mother
of his child. It's children.
It's the mother of his child, right? But beholden to those expectations and things, and it's just odd. It's just odd, but and
we don't know the expectations because everything doesn't make a lot of sense. Everything is basically what they fed us. And again, I want to tell you guys again, I would not care. But they like, I think most of us like, can we to a point every couple of weeks Jada says something and I think we all collectively say, yo, shut up. We're not like stop.
Yeah.
Leave the man alone. Leave Will Smith alone. Save Will. Hashtag save Will. That's the hashtag. Hashtag save Will because he is in a tough spot. I don't know.
Do you think that when you become a celebrity and you have this level of fame and it's a roller coaster, you have good years, bad years, you get parts, you don't get parts, you're relevant, you're not relevant, right? And Jada Pinkett Smith's bound to been, she's had her time when she's been super popular and did movies and times when she's just been chilling, right?
Yeah.
Do you think she's just kind of at the point where like she feels like the end is coming and she's not getting movie roles? Maybe she doesn't want them. Maybe she wants them, she doesn't get them. And she's like, you know what? I'm going to carve my own lane and people are going to listen to what I got to say. And I'm going to say it. And I'm going to maybe bend the truth a little bit. Maybe Tupac when Rikers Island was like, oh, I love you, Jada, girl. I would marry you one day if I got out of here. So he says that. And now she's thinking like he proposed, just bending that truth a little bit. Right. And I think she's doing it for clicks and views. And sometimes people lose relevancy and they want to get it back. And maybe this is what she's doing. I don't know.
Ceci has a really good point here. Will supports her behavior 110%. He supports it. If he didn't, he would just leave. And again, we don't know what she knows, and that could be what keeps him around. But yeah, I think you're right. I think probably the roles that she can get, she doesn't want them. Probably think it's beneath her. Again, we're all speculating. I don't have a problem with her acting. My favorite movies of Jada Pinkett Smith, and I can still watch them, is Set It Off. I can watch Set It Off 10 million times. It's a brilliant movie. I don't know if you've seen it. Yeah. Queen Latifah.
Oh, yeah, I've seen it.
Vinegar Egg Fox. I don't remember the other woman's name, but she's a really good actress. That's a damn good movie. And she acted her ass off. Another one I may have liked of hers is hold on a second. Let me think. Oh, Low Down Dirty Shame. That was pretty good. I mean, she was more of a comedian.
You know what? I don't think I've seen that movie the whole way through.
What movie?
Keenan Ivory Wayans, right?
Are you serious? Go watch that shit.
I feel like I've seen it, but I can't like remember all the part. I don't feel like I've watched.
Oh no, you gotta watch it. It's funny, it's goofy as fuck. But yeah, you've seen a little bit of it, right? But check it out. Yeah. Watch the whole thing through. It's funny. I mean, at one point, not spoil a little bit. Keenan gets attacked. Oh, his name is Shane. Gets attacked by two dogs. Right, two Dobermans about to get him, and he starts singing James Brown songs. I'm not going to say more than that. It's just stupid. Like, and I'm not gonna spoil the rest. But yeah, check that out. Madagascar. Yeah, for the kids. I didn't watch that movie. Matthias was interested in Madagascar, but yeah.
I'm trying to think. I mean, was she in Jason's Lyric?
Yes.
Okay,
that's that one. I don't remember all of it because a lot of those black romance movies kind of blend. But yeah, she was and my dude from Alan Payne from he did New Jack City. Oh yeah,
and she was in a very small role in The Matrix. I remember one of the Matrix
Matrix Reloaded.
Obviously, she's Menace to Society when she was younger.
Oh yeah, that's another one.
That's a good one. That's the one I first saw her was in that, and then she was in the Different World spinoff or the Different World, or that's what she
was bouncing around. She had a few. I think she was probably like co-starred a few of those like sitcoms.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Bobby says Chris Rock smashes. Yes.
No. I'll take the +2.
To get slapped like that, maybe.
Nah.
Get hit that way, it's possible.
Chris Rock, bro. I mean, listen, if that's the case, Jada's got quite an eclectic array of men that she enjoys. Tupac, Chris Rock, and Will Smith. Those are different types of dudes right there.
I agree with Lee with this. You are uncultured. How have you not seen the entire thing? Like you have.
Okay, let me ask you this, Hannibal. Have you seen a movie called Blood In, Blood Out?
No, but I've heard of it, but I did not see it.
Okay, well, I've seen that.
That's a one that everyone should have saw. Yeah, we all have some blind spots, but come on.
I'm uncultured.
It's like you say you didn't see Friday. Like I wouldn't talk to you if you didn't see Friday.
Oh,
Really, I would say I wouldn't talk to you if you didn't.
Yeah, let's just end the live right now.
I know, like go watch the movie. Forget this. It's not important enough. But yeah, I don't know. I'm sure she's gonna say something else terrible in the next couple of days.
Oh, I'm sure more parts of the book will be revealed or talked about or whatever. It'll be. But at the end of the day, who cares really?
I mean, it's their business. This is what they want to do. Yeah. All right. So I'm going to show you guys the tickety talk of this woman that says if you're going to take her out on a date, you're gonna have to put a little bit more effort than the coffee date. She don't do coffee dates. It has to be something where she could dress and blah 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 blah. So let me put this video right here. We could pause it and stop it as we talk because it's a bit of a long thing. But let's play it.
Rules is I don't do coffee or drink dates. Now, I understand that some women like this or prefer this because it's a quick turnaround, 30 to 45 minutes. If you don't like him, you can get out of there. It works for some people. If you like it, I love it. This video is not for you. Keep scrolling. However, for me, as for me and my household, we're going to have higher standards.
Okay, so right off the bat,
she's attractive, number one. I mean,
well, yes. And I have some thoughts on that one.
She takes care of stuff.
So if you only want if you don't want coffee dates, or you saying coffee dates it's low standards, right? She's saying we're gonna have higher standards. So if a man says, hey, you want to go on a coffee date? Obviously, we just met each other. If she says yes, that's low standards.
No. She's coming off as a snob a little bit, but that's okay.
Little bougie.
If that little bougie, little snobby, but you can tell she takes care of herself. You can tell she works out.
Wait, I gotta go through the whole thing.
Whatever she wants. Oh my.
Whatever she wants.
I mean, she's hot, but she ain't that. I mean, she's attractive, but she's definitely giving off these snob vibes. Because I'll tell you this right now. If a celebrity, somebody she knew, a high value man or whatever, right, was asking her to coffee, I fucking bet goddamn well she goes to coffee with a dude that she thinks could level her up. But so I call a little bit of BS on her as far as I'm not going on these coffee dates. Bullshit. If I don't know, whoever, some famous person that you thought was attractive and had a lot of money, you're taking that coffee date, whatever your name is. I guarantee that.
Yeah. Her frame of mind isn't attractive. Okay. All right, let's continue.
Talking in the sky, and I'm going to read it to you because we've been talking for a couple days, and he started talking about meeting up. So he said, we should get together over some pear and lychee cocktails soon. And I said, that's really sweet, but I prefer dinner. I like to get dressed up. Now, I always try to say it nicely because I don't want to be like, I don't accept drink dates. Like, you don't have to be mean. You don't have to be, you can be nice about it. But let's just say I prefer dinner because I like to get dressed up. And he said, I see. What type of places do you have in mind? So I sent him a list of places that I've been like wanting to try, all sorts of different budgets. Okay. It ranges from like medium to a little bit higher, all different locations around the city. So he can choose like what works for him, timing and budget wise. So I sent the list of places. He says, these places sound really nice. I think it'll be fun to get to know each other over some nicer dining options. Here it comes though. But I wanted to let you know up front that if we were to meet at one of those places, I'm comfortable splitting the check. I usually will do drinks or something on the simpler end for the first meetup to see if there's a connection first.
All right.
What's wrong with that? I mean, what do you say?
That's I don't split any. I don't think I've ever split anything.
Do you think that's that new red pill kind of like mentality for certain guys nowadays between like young 20s to 30? They're like, I'm splitting checks and
Maybe.
That's a new thing, isn't it?
It's interesting how that goes because all right, in my world, I know that my chick would be weirded out if I said split it, but if she talks to my son, she'd be like, you better split that check. Don't pay no money on these hoes. Blah, blah, blah. You know how like it's a different view. So
yeah.
Problem is he mentions the date. He says, let's go somewhere. Now it's kind of like they're bargaining or something. Like they're they're doing a business deal. Okay. So there's negotiation. Okay, let's do coffee date. No coffee date, dinner. All right, well, if you're gonna do dinner, we're gonna split the check.
Too much. It's too much.
Where's the happen to the connection of liking each other? And yeah, it is too much.
It's too much. You know what I do if I'm this dude? They've been talking for a couple of days, I think she said, right? Or whatever.
Yeah. Enough to actually date,
yeah. So, all right, I suggested, I think she said pear and lychee, whatever the fuck that is. Cocktails, I don't know.
You're right. She's uppity as hell.
Yeah, so which is cool. So he suggests that, and then she's like, well, I'd rather do this. I would just probably say, you know what? Okay, let's meet for these drinks, and then we'll go to dinner after. And I meet her, and if there's a vibe, I continue on with the date.
Oh, that's pretty good. That's a pretty good.
If there isn't, I politely say, hey, thanks for the cocktails. I don't see a connection. Let's just not have dinner. And then I bounce and I meet separately so then you're still telling her you're taking her on a date, but you're testing to see if she's worth that time.
Yeah.
And, so that's, some people might not agree with that, but if I'm trying to really date this chick and I like her, I'm going to, I still want to see her, but I'm not just going to do something I don't feel comfortable with just because she wants to have dinner.
She's fine though.
She is fine. She's fine.
But skincare has
skincare game. You can tell
is going on.
I value a woman that knows her worth and isn't afraid to speak up for it. But at the same time, I do think there are a lot of women like this, and a lot of these women stay single because they're not able to compromise, right? And they have an unrealistic expectation of dating and what they think a man should do.
Yeah.
But
I like your approach though. Like you've been said, hey, okay, well, we can still meet. Let's still meet up for some drinks.
And then we can go to dinner after.
And we can go, we go to a really nice place to drink. Like there's a lot of they say cocktail bars. So Ceci says pear and lychee is great. So that sounds like right up your alley, Pedro.
Never. I mean, I would probably like it. I've just never had one.
Yeah, you never had one. You should get it. No. Because it sounds like what you would do.
Yeah, I like the girly drinks. Thanks, Hannah.
Giggity said he would like to connect her split. All right, so Giggity, you just fall right in. So whatever she wants, you're just gonna go get to the restaurant.
Yeah, we ain't doing that over here, bro. Listen.
Well,
no.
I don't like her way she communicates. I don't like that. I don't like it. So no, it would not work for me.
I can tell already. I mean, she's physically. I'm attracted to this woman. I could date this woman. I could have pleasantries with her, no problem. She's very beautiful, But even just me watching this video and her mannerisms and her tone, this is not a woman that I would have a relationship with. I can tell that right off the jump.
Slim Pimpin' Hustling said, "I'll take her ass to Wendy's." You're gonna wait a lot. You're gonna wait a while on that line. I tell you,
get that $5 biggie bag.
Biggie. That's so going Dutch is not something. It's not unusual. It's just I always felt like the person who asks for the date is responsible for the date. So it is, man or woman, but most of the time it's a man because the man's trying to.
I've never split a check. I've never gone Dutch, and I've never had a woman pay when we go out.
Yeah.
On a first,
I've paid, and then someone would either Cash App or Venmo me something. And if you're gonna do all that, I'm not gonna give it back and do that stupid, all right, whatever. But I didn't ask for it. Giggity said you could remove that comment. It makes me sound like a horn dog. Dude, you too late, man. You
are a horn dog. What do you makes you? You're making yourself. I mean, you do that to yourself, Giggity. Look at your avatar and your name, bro. You're good. Yeah. Don't worry about it. Be yourself.
Look at Joe. Married men who lust other women from Redwood City.
You're not wrong.
We're trying to explain the context of the video, Joe. We're not, we're just listen. She's not interested in talking to any of us, so we don't have to worry about that. Yeah. Let's finish.
So my thing is, I don't like the coffee or drink date because they're trying to audition you to see if you are worth an actual dinner.
Whoa.
Isn't that what you're doing? What?
I'm confused. That's a red flag. So she has trust issues and she has control issues. She wants to maintain the frame of being in control. No, you're going to do what I want you to do because I've been around. I'm sure she's been with many people or men, not many, but enough where she didn't feel like she was in control. She didn't like those experiences. And now everyone else has to deal with it.
She got some big ass hands, bro. Them big ass hands.
That's big, yeah.
I think if this woman, I think this woman is a stallion. I think if she stands up, she got a.
Yeah, I saw her. Instagram.
Yeah.
She's a good looking.
Am I right?
Yeah, full body.
Yeah,
nice
I can
body.
tell.
Yeah. But what do you think about that though? What's your opinion? Like, they auditioning for. First of all, a date is auditioning.
Yeah, let's just keep it a buck. Isn't that what we're doing here? We're trying to get to know each other, and we're auditioning. And do you maybe get the role or you don't? Like that's very. I mean, okay, yeah. I mean, listen, a lot of people are broke out here. Inflation's a motherfucker. These restaurants, you think I'm just gonna spend $200-$300 on every date? No, who's got money like that, right? So no, let's go have a cocktail. And if we have 2 cocktails, great. Hey, we're gonna have 3. Hey, you hungry? Let's go get something to eat. Like, what's wrong with that? I mean, it's crazy.
Can you read that
crazy.
comment?
Oh, I can't see it. Hold on. Oh, there's a bar. Hold on.
Oh, bar
I'd
missing.
make those hands. You're a dirty old man, Giggity. You're a dirty old man.
DoorDash Rick, what's going on? Use your back card. Yeah, if she had a back. Oh, black.
Black card. No, listen. Anybody got no black cards? I can tell this woman she's looking for a man. She probably dates guys that have money. She probably has a lot of, all that. She's probably has to be at least 6 foot tall. He's got to have at least 6-figure income. At least this is that kind of woman. Which is, I'm not hating on that. I'm just making an observation, and I'm probably pretty correct on that.
Yeah, and Barbara and Red Door Woman talking about free meals. So another thing that a lot of people talk about, especially in some of the communities, what they call it, the manosphere, and there's studies where there are people who admit to only talk to men to get free meals. So again, it's trust issues on both ends, right?
Yeah.
A dude is like, I don't want to be taken advantage of. She feels like even though her position doesn't make a whole lot of sense, because a coffee date, you can have a good time, good conversation. You may enjoy this place that you ever been to before. You go out. I don't know. It just seemed like it's weird that what she's saying is, well, you're auditioning with me if we just do the coffee date. So this is a dinner date. Why?
I mean, if I'm a woman, and you ladies in the chat, let me know, right? I would be smart or respectable to see a man that has standards as well. So you're a woman with standards, and you have certain things that you want to have out of your person you're dating or your prospect. Shouldn't the man you're doing that to have the same? Shouldn't we have standards? Shouldn't we want to not spend frivolously and then I'm just going to take all these women out and take them out wherever they want to go? Like, shouldn't it be like a positive that a man is smart with money and time and like forward thinking, and hey, let's go out of some cocktails. Like I know this great cocktail bar, and I mean, isn't that a good thing? Or do you want to date a guy that's just gonna, like, every guy you take has got to take you everywhere you want to go on the first date? I think that's unrealistic. So
yeah, I agree with that.
This is the thing for me. Like, I know men. The number one thing men are judging you off of is your looks, right? When they see you, they meet you, they're going to be like, okay, how beautiful is she? Is she put together? Do I find her attractive, right? That's the number one thing. Your personality may come second, sure, but the first thing is how you look, right? So with that in mind, my NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer costs $32, okay? Why would I put on a full face of expensive makeup, do my hair, make sure my nails are done, make sure there's no hair on my body, and then come and spend 2 hours of my time talking to you for an $8 coffee or a $16 cocktail?
No one told you to do all that for the coffee date.
I mean,
you don't have to do all that.
You got to take all the hair off your body. Are you paying? You smashing?
I mean, that's nice.
Date?
I mean,
nice,
the imagery is, but you don't have to shave all your hairs. You don't have to have a full face. I'd rather you didn't put a whole face of makeup on, to be honest with you. But all the people that I talk to don't do that. If you just go on a coffee date, just look nice. Like, she's attractive. You don't have to do much. Just don't look like a bum. I mean, obviously, hopefully the guy doesn't. But who says you have to do all of this? And Giggity said, yeah, she wants compensation for her time. So when you pay the $200 bill or the $250 to $300 bill at the restaurant, she feels like her time is being satisfied. Or
it's a horrible way to go into a date. You're counting dollars and cents and makeup and concealer and the cost of that. That's a horrible way to start a date. If that's your mindset, this lady's gonna be single for a minute.
I have some thoughts at the end, but let's finish it up.
Be oh so for real. Let's take it even deeper. When women go out with a man that they do not know, they take a huge risk. Men are crazy, okay? Do you watch the news? Like 1 in 5 men are violent. He could unalive you, he could RAPE you, he could stalk you, he could harass you if he feels like it. Like, it is very dangerous, extremely dangerous. When you go out with a man, you have to share your location with your mom and your friend. You have to send a screen recording of his Hinge profile and the conversation that you guys had, so that if you go missing, they have context. You have to text your friend every half an hour while you're with him to let her know that you haven't been beheaded.
She has major trust
You have
issues.
to take an Uber so that he doesn't know what kind of car you have, and just in case he's crazy. And then when you get home, you have to text somebody to tell them that you made it home alive. Men aren't doing that. They don't have to worry when they meet a woman that they do not know that their lives will be in danger. Quite the contrary. Men benefit from just being seen with you in public, okay? If you are beautiful, poised, well-dressed, it reflects well on him. People look at him and they think, oh wow, he must be the man. Ooh, he probably has money. You know what? He's probably a good guy if he can pull her. And this is especially so if you are more attractive than him. If he's fugly or he's overweight or he's short, they're like, oh yeah, he must have money in order to be able to pull a baddie like that. So my thing is like, what's in it for women? We've already spent more money than you by just putting our makeup on. We're in danger. Like, what's in it for us? So then all of that, plus this man is a pharmacist, okay? You mean to tell me you make upwards of $150,000 per year, but you can't take...
You count his money, you don't even know how much money he's making. Is this an act?
Bro,
I think she's for real.
It might be.
This is like the chick with the big tits the other day. Like, that dude probably had a good job, and she was like, "You taking me to the Cheesecake Factory? I know how much money you make. Look at this car."
You know what's funny? What's funny is 30 seconds or 45 seconds ago in this video, she's talking about how she mentioned something to the effect of men are auditioning me, or whatever she said, right?
Yeah.
But she's over here counting this guy's money and putting him in a category based on if he can afford to do something but chooses not to. So who's really auditioning here? You know what I'm saying? It's crazy.
This is bad, but I guess we'll finish it.
Me to $120 to maybe $200 dinner, 2 drinks, an appetizer, 2 entrees, and a dessert, like, and that kind of thing. Look, men are supposed to be on their like best behavior when they're doing a first interaction with a woman. Like, that is when they are at their absolute best. So if he's being cheap now for a first interaction,
so coffee date is cheap.
He's gonna be cheap on your birthday,
bro. I don't like her, bro.
Like that kind of thing. That only gets worse. It never gets better. That is the type of man that's going to want you to work full time, pay half the rent when you guys move in together, do the majority of the housework because he doesn't want to hire a housekeeper, raise the kids, plan most of the things, and then after you do your 16-hour shift of labor, he's going to want you to be happy and sexy for him, for his pleasure that night. Like, that's the kind of life you're looking at. So you know what? Good for this man for asserting his boundary. He did it very nicely, and it showed me what his like attitude or approach is when it comes to dating new women, and ultimately it gave me the opportunities to choose, and I have my boundaries too, so I chose to not accept it. And so I didn't respond or anything. I didn't like bargain with him or try to justify anything. I just quietly unmatched him because I wasn't gonna let him play in my face. But like, obviously if you're on TikTok, like, this is not irregular discourse. Like, this is very popular. Like, the Red Pill podcast men are always talking about like all of these things. So like, it's not uncommon. Like, men are trying to get away with this these days. They're trying to see what they can do. They're trying to get at you for less than $20. Okay, so the pharmacist tried to give me a coffee date on a Friday. Saturday, a surgeon took me to a beautiful dinner with a view. The next day after that, this other man took me to this food event where the tickets were $250 because he wanted us to have VIP. So don't feel scarce about it, because there are plenty of men, there are a plethora of men that would be more than happy to show you a good time.
Okay. So this is what I wanted to say just to finish. And there's another video because someone responded to her, but I don't think we need to watch it because it's pretty obvious. When you look the way she looks, and you guys may not want to hear this. She can get away with this. You guys don't. There's certain people that can get away with this, and she's one of them. So guys can get mad at her, drop a bunch of negative responses on TikTok. She has the way she looks. She will get someone else to talk to her, someone who has the kind of money that she's looking for. Life is unfair, people. life is unfair. You may say, no, she's gonna be alone. Yeah, she may be alone because she can get dates, so it means she can get commitment. But when some people, not all of us, can do that, and she's one of them that can. Like, you can say she's not hot, but she's hot enough. I mean, she can get a date when she wants. She can get what she's looking for. I mean, like, the fact that she threw that surgeon, she did not make that up.
Yeah.
She probably had that surgeon take her out, and another guy to take her out. Is it good long term with her attitude's good long term? No. But when you look a certain way, you can get that.
Let me ask you a question.
Sure.
You think this female, she's dating white men or black men?
It screams white or not black men. No, I'm just throwing it out there. You do that, me. So most likely.
I threw it at you because that's the vibe.
She said peach and lychee. So
yeah,
we're not really, you don't have that in the hood necessarily. Like Hector, that we don't do that in Washington Heights. We don't have peach and lychee over there.
I mean, I don't know. I like Ceci's saying, I like that she has boundaries and things, and she had a good date on Saturday. She's trying to find a match, whatever that means. I'm not against any of that. She's very, attractive woman. She's got boundaries.
But I'll say right now, I don't think no. I mean, well, no, we're just talking in generalities. The one with the big, sorry, not titties. I want to be respectful here. The one with the big melons that had the video the other day. I think that dude was Indian, and
he was Indian. Yeah, he was Indian.
They don't listen. We're gonna go about stereotypes. They don't play with their money. Yeah, they don't throw away their money like that. Not like that.
Yeah.
Well, that's also one. Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like she's being it. The problem with some people is they're like, she begins like, well, you don't have to be mean about it, ladies. You can be nice and respectful. Yeah, that's true. I didn't want to argue back with him. I just unmatched him. That's cool. She's being professional about it. But she could have missed out on a really good date. And because the guy's a surgeon, she's basically saying he's better than a pharmacist, and he spent more money on a first date with a stranger you met online, that means he's a better dude. That's ridiculous. That you're assuming a lot.
Right? Assuming a lot, and just because someone has a job that's doing pretty well, like lawyers, surgeons, doctors, they're never home.
Yeah.
You'll never see them. Is that better? So you'll be surrounded by all the things you want to buy, and your mate is never there, because to do that job, you are 100%, 150% focused on the job. So, but you can tell that's what she values: money.
Yeah.
And actually, I probably should put I'll put the next video up. So she's responding. She's getting a lot of response on TikTok, and she has one response. I'll show it to you guys real quick. Let me see if I can pop this up real fast. You can see the what she's responding to as well.
All I hear is I am hungry. Sis, if you like dressing up, take yourself to dinner. Stop looking for handouts. Sir, I literally just returned from taking my best friend to Nobu Malibu. The tab was $264 and I paid for it. Okay? The modern single woman can afford everything that she requires, okay? Women are guapped up these days, right? They don't need anyone. Have you ever seen a group of women go to brunch? They run the bill up, okay? So needing money or needing a handout or a free meal, that's not the point here, sir. Move along.
Oh, you're broke ass.
Listen, broke people spend money. A lot of broke people spend money on shit they can't afford. I'll just leave that comment.
Obviously, yeah.
So
I agree.
I mean, who?
So to get with her, it's a different level. You may not like the level. That's just how. I guess my conclusion to this is it is what it is. It is what it is.
Look at this. What? They also tip 10% when they go to brunch.
Oh, they barely tip it. And there's a whole effing thing, and they're staring at the bill for 15, 20 minutes. I saw that the other day. And, like, oh, what's going on? Who's going to pay for all this that we overspent on?
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, any last.
I wish her well. I think the pharmacist dodged a bullet, and let's see how long the surgeon lasts. But I wish her nothing but the best. I like people that have boundaries. I do appreciate that, you know, and aren't afraid to stand up and be vocal and say what you like and don't like. I think not enough people do that. But she just comes across as a snob to me, and I don't like snobs. Yeah. So I like down to earth people.
Yeah,
so.
And she's like someone that's probably came from a well-to-do background. There's no broke like hood chick in there. There's nothing there. It seems like there's someone, and I think maybe Bud Sutter been taken care of for her life. Well educated, probably went to a good school. Probably went to private school,
in a sorority, college.
Yeah, very articulate. So, but I feel like she's been through a couple of bad guys or bad relationships, and she's about red pill. So she's very defensive on everything or what other men are talking about. If a man asks for a lunch or a coffee date, that means he's auditioning you. Blah 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 blah. Yeah. Barbara says, "I'm sorry, Hollis. She is not a high-end prostitute."
She probably do pretty well.
Well, is she? If she ain't, well, there's one part, really important part of being that, and if she's just not doing that, then she isn't. Or guy has a bad deal. Giggity said, "I had women buy me beer at a bar. You know, I'm a stud. We gotta hang out with you one of these days, Giggity.
Come to Cleveland.
Yeah, come to Cleveland. We're gonna be there. It just." Said that's a part of the problem. Guys need to stop making excuses for females to have this type of bad behavior. I mean, I guess for me, it's just more of context of reality. Like I wouldn't date that person. I wouldn't talk to that person after that, or just having that conversation. So personally, for me, personality it's right up there with looks, especially if you're trying to be in commitment. Just having casual sex, no, that's not. But if you're looking for a commitment, a relationship. Good looks and personality are very close. As you get older, it gets even closer. Then at one point you realize personality is way more important. Yeah. But for me personally, no, I would not. Like all jokes aside of how good looking she is, the too much the hand movements. I'd be
annoyed. She's annoying to me.
Yeah, it wouldn't last long in terms of a commitment. So no, I would say, guys, if you don't want that kind of woman, do not date that kind of woman. So
I mean, maybe that guy saw that and, you know, he was like, based on the conversation, we don't know the conversation and communication they were having the day or two before. And maybe that's why he had a vibe. He's like, let's just, you know, go for coffee because I don't, you know. And so maybe he was smart and he saved himself some time and money, you know. Dating is expensive. It can be expensive. Doesn't have to be. Right. But I think in today's modern world and society, the level of expectation is just not realistic on a lot of levels. And monetarily speaking, dating for the first, we'll call it 2 to 4 dates, right? Date 1 through 4, it can cost you money. It just can. And it costs you time, which is money. So, I like boundaries, but at the end of the day, man, some of the best dates I've been on or the times I've had has always been low key. It's about the company. It's about doing something fun. Engaging. It doesn't need to be some Nobu or some fancy steakhouse. It doesn't need to be that. So
anytime you, at least for me, enjoying dating, walking. I mean, the amount of miles me and Carla probably walked up to, walking to like different parts of the city, just walking and talking. You get to see things you see in different stores. You hang out with different people. You really get to know someone. But everyone has a price, and some people are willing to pay, and some won't. I mean, that's just how it's going to go. But before we end this, we haven't had a chance to talk about the LOLCOW thing, and I want to jump in that before we head out.
Yeah, let's get into that.
So I don't want to rehash history, and I'm not going to talk about anyone individually, but as a collective. In the gig economy niche that we're in, we call ourselves gig tubers. I think Chad made it up. It's a very niche group, but we have a fair amount of LOLCOWs in our group. I don't know if it's more than the usual, probably not. But in our group, we have several of them. And you guys have been in this chat. You've met all of them probably if you've been checking out this channel for the last month or so. Even those that just may not like LOLCOW that you guys talk about a lot, they're LOLCOWs as well. You guys may not even seen it. Either you didn't watch a video from the past or now you finally get it when you watch recent videos of how some of these men behave. And what I thought about, especially the last couple of days, is at one point these guys were supposed to put everyone in jail. They was going to figure out how to put everyone. They were supposed to send us all to the FBI. They was going to uncover the conspiracy that Tony Hsiu gave anyone who had a YouTube channel that talked about DoorDash a secret code to glitch and make tens of thousands of dollars an hour. That's what that was supposed to, that was supposed to happen. And the ringleader was this guy over here to my left, that he figured this all out, and they were supposed to put us all in jail. And they had this group of they weren't locals at that point, but they were. They would make videos and they would reference each other. Every video, they'll name the guys that's supposed to be on this team. In a matter of a week, they're all fighting each other. It crumbled so quickly.
Why do you think, Hannibal?
Well, that's why. Thank you for that question, Pedro. Why do some of these locals can't maintain relationships? Like that's what I really find interesting. So I'm trying to think. Like the thing is, what I've noticed is that yes, there's some levels of narcissism, sure, and we at this point we're all content creators, and we all may have all types of that kind of issue, but how quickly they will go from "I love you, you like my brother" to "you're not allowed to talk to me anymore," and the thing is, it's very interesting as well. They have the insults already on deck, so they're already attacking each other. Like so and so. I loved him like a brother last week, but now this week I don't like him, and I'm gonna tell you all the reasons why I don't like him. I'm like, wait a minute, that's the same person that you loved last week, but now you don't like him, and you have a catalog, and there's multiple of these men doing the same thing. I just find that I find it fascinating, to be honest.
I feel like you are fascinated by it, and I think I've had moments where I've had that, very intrigued by the cringiness of it. It's like bad TV. It's like you can't stop watching. It's like Jersey Shore. It's like you're watching. It's shit TV. It's no substance. These people are idiots and they're playing characters, but you watch, right?
Right.
And I've fell into that. I haven't watched in a while now. I have not.
I noticed, and
And that's because we had that conversation after October 1st, and I was like, you know what, I'm kind of done with these dudes, because as cocky as it might sound, and I don't care, I am better than these dudes, so I'm not going to waste my time on them. I'm just a better person. I have more going on, and when I spend too much time watching, or if I did, it was a waste of time. But to your credit, it can be fascinating, because these guys are so bipolar, video to video and week to week, it seems. Yeah. Right. And it's just weird. You have these people that are like, we're gonna be this movement and we're gonna do all these great things and watch these 4 or 5 people, and now it's like one of them farted wrong, or they sneezed. Yeah. It's like, oh, now you can't watch. It's just
and it's weird, because weird, why wouldn't? All right, so. It's the difference between real friendships and whatever these guys have. If Pedro made a video, that's fine. You can go to Pluto TV and they'll have streaming Jersey Shore episodes if you want to watch.
Listen, I've watched several episodes. I'd have it on years ago just because. Yeah, I was that guy.
So if Pedro made a video that I thought he was being disrespectful to me or something like that, I wouldn't just make a video to respond, because we're friends. I have his number. I would just call or text. Yeah. Me and Pedro have dealt with this. Things that you guys will never know. And it was resolved because people had cell phones and we text and talk to each other, because that's what real friends do. But these people are not really friends with each other. I don't think they really like each other. A lot of what they do is contradictory to a lot of what they've been talking about.
Well, they have a commonality, and the commonality is they don't like me or Hannibal or other people. So what happens is, when you are a LOLCOW and you don't have a lot of friends and you spend your life on YouTube, you attract people of the similar nature and makeup, right? So in a way that me and Hannibal and other people have attracted one another, and we do things, and we actually do help drivers, and we actively do things. We actively do stuff, right? and we level up each other and we help each other and we call each other out on bullshit when we do it. We do that, right? But when you are a LOLCOW and you don't have a lot of confidence, but you portray confidence that's not there, you are easily triggered by the people that are like you and that don't have what you have. And you know, so there's that commonality that they share. It's just very sad and pathetic, if I'm being honest. But that's how I look at it. And I'm a flawed individual. Hannibal's not perfect, you know, but like these guys are on a whole nother level of cringiness and localness. You know, it's just weird.
Localness.
Localness.
And that's one thing you just said, and I'll bring that back in a second. So right now, they are making videos of why no one, you know, they have these, they're trying to figure out why no one likes me, why I can't get a following, why people are making fun of me, what's going on. So we have one LOLCOW that did a video saying the reason why everyone doesn't like me is because everyone is stupid and they're illiterate. See, Pedro, the reason why the reason why, the business is not going into the right direction. I can't get a following. There's no engagement. I'm being made fun of every single day. I'm on internet. It's because people can't read. Because this is what he was talking about. That the literacy rate is so low, and I'm so fucking awesome. I have this grandiose sense of self-importance.
Who did this?
Genius.
Who did this?
Really?
Oh my God.
And as he struggled to explain the article that he was reading, and again, I wouldn't bother showing the video. It's not worth it. Everyone is a fucking idiot, and he's just a genius. So that's the reason why he can't get any success, even though there's a lot of other people who are getting success in YouTube.
Dude, talk about what's the word I like to use, Hannibal? I've said it on this channel, other channels. Listen. Victim mentality, man. That sounds like a victim to me. You blame everybody else for your shortcomings and the things you think you want and desire. This world is in front of you. It's in front of all of us. The ones that have a lot of shit have it for two different reasons. Either they were born with it and they had a silver spoon and their mom or dad gave them money and they were able to set up a business or set up whatever.
And it is what it is.
And there's a lot of that. Or they went out there and they figured it out and they kept on grinding and hustling and they didn't make excuses. And they didn't look for other people to solve their fucking problems, right? And I don't like people that have a victim mentality, because to me, it makes real victims that actually are victims in real life shit, and it discredits their victimhood. And there are real victims in this world. And having an unsuccessful YouTube channel and not getting attention you think you deserve is not a way to play a victim card. It's very, very.
You sure, Pedro? I think it's because people can't read. Even though if they couldn't read, then why would they be on YouTube checking? It doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't make any sense.
Because his ideas are so fucking brilliant. If you can't figure it out, you're an idiot. And it's not his fault. It's just self-awareness. They don't have any self-awareness. They do not ask a question. Why is this happening? Why am my channel not going the way it is? Why I can't get collabs? So we got another guy made a video. I think it happened today or yesterday. I was looking at it real quick. The reason why he can't get collabs, reason why he can't get any connection with anyone in this little group is because of racism. Because he's black. And everyone else that's successful that's black is a token. See, he's the only one that's not a token, even though he can't get any kind of traction, any kind of engagement. And by taking his camera and pointing at a dog or a plane that gets 2,000 views in a short, he's doing well, even though he doesn't talk about how much money he makes.
I already know who you're talking about.
Yeah, you already know you're talking about that, right?
Yeah, I could. Because we've been here before. Right. We've been here before. Pedro's a racist. Pedro don't like black people. Right. Pedro has a friendship with Hannibal because he's black. Yeah. I mean, I've heard it's just so weak. It's so weak, and it's sad because there are real racists out here, and there are people that don't have opportunities because they're black. But when you paint it the way these guys paint it in a way on you, it's just
he thinks it's it's not racism. It's your personality. No one likes you. It's the way you behave. It's not your skin color. It's people find you repulsive. It's not, and you're a clown. Like this, it isn't about you being black. You dummy.
Yeah. I mean, I can name a couple of black gig tubers that are pretty doing pretty damn well, don't you think? Some of the more popular ones and respected ones are actually black men, right?
Yeah.
So to say that in a community where you are another black man and people like, I won't mention their names. Hannibal knows who I'm talking about. Some of you guys, it's ridiculous. It's absurd. It's absurd. Actually absurd.
It's again, it's no self-awareness.
Talk about dividing us in times you don't need to be divided.
Yeah.
It's just ridiculous. Yeah.
I know, a lot of these locales, they need attention, need validation. That's why they still have the same. I would say they have about 10 guys, 10 watchers that support their their nonsense.
10 locales. They're in a barn together. All the locales are in the barn together. They fit very nicely. And us, we're the farmers. And like people actually run and shit, and they're in the barn, and we're milking them because they're low cows. I don't think that's a better analogy can be said than that. So
I just feel like most of these guys are harboring some unrealistic fantasies of how awesome and successful and powerful they are, and the problem is reality. Shut up, Steve.
Shut up, Steve. What up, Steve?
What's up, Steve? It's just that they're I hate that.
What up, Marty? I only like half of you. You're correct.
So I don't know. There isn't much. It isn't much really we can even discuss on this one. But I just wanted to have that conversation because I feel like it's important to have self-awareness. And I think Pedro is. People may think Pedro's cocky and arrogant and blah 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 blah. Pedro has enough self-awareness, and also people around him that tell him when he's doing something that they don't agree with.
Yes, yeah.
These people do not have it, or when they do have it, they will ban, they will block, and they will get really agitated if you tell them something that they do not agree with. And with that mentality, these people will. I know you hear me you hear me speaking, right? You see my face, you realize it. These people are not going to go anywhere. They're not going to go anywhere.
You're right. No, and it's like I have these moments, right, where it's like there are times that I laugh about it, and then there's times I feel like I feel sad for them, and then there are times I'm like I get angry, because they say such stupid stuff, and it's like it's just so weird. These guys are.
But I honor you that you don't, because when I watch it, I'm still, even though they do mention my name every once in a while, but they are fucking obsessed with you.
Yeah, it's crazy, isn't it?
It's unhealthy, weirdly obsession. And I think the fact that you don't ever speak about them anymore bothers them.
I mean, immensely. I have, and I think that's some of those moments aren't my best moments, but I'm a flawed dude. I make mistakes. I'm not afraid to make a mistake. I'm not afraid to do what I want. Like I always live like that, right? Yeah. But I think if I met some of these dudes, their energy would be very different. I think
they'll be hyped. They'll be excited to talk to you.
They'd be crying. They'd be. I think it'd be weird for them. They'd be excited.
One of them literally called you crying. Well, you don't talk about it. Like there's certain things that we can say that it'd be even more of a issue for them, but we don't because it's not that serious, right?
No, it's not. What did I last comment say?
Hannibal's Token's father from So I don't know. We don't that's why I want to talk at the very end. I think if they do something very, very interesting, we'll talk about it. But I just felt the fact that they're all arguing with each other, they're all fighting each other. It's no longer the group that's supposed to take down DoorDash. It's this guy says something, F him, F that guy, they all suck, blah blah blah. And I just thought that was interesting because they don't have true friendship, they don't have true connections, and that's why they're so quick to attack each other. When just a month ago, I love this guy. I love everybody.
Yeah,
they don't know what real love is.
It's so weird, and that's why I've always been, part of doing these like gig conferences that we've done and the events and trying to meet people. Hannibal and I are going to be in Cleveland in a few weeks, and we're going to meet other great people, and we're having events planned. It's I think I'm a big advocate for meeting people that are doing the things you're doing, and even sometimes meeting people that maybe you didn't get along before, or there was a difference of opinion or miscommunication. When you meet somebody and you could look at them in the eye and shake a hand and break bread with them and have a drink or whatever, right? A soda. When you can do that, it calms everything down. Because none of us are gangsters, okay? None of us are big shots here, right? We're all just people. And all of us on YouTube most of us make about the same money. We're doing the same job. We value the same things. We're
one
fathers,
person in
moms,
the car.
dads. Yeah. So like none of us are important. Okay. Yeah. So that's why I'm an advocate of meeting individuals, because I've met great people that I didn't think maybe I'd like, or there was issues before, and none of that stuff matters anymore. And there's no drama. Everything's chill. It's cool. I've had conversations with people, and so is Hannibal, right? And, and when these guys will never meet each other ever. So they'll never have that real chance of actually having a real relationship with somebody.
Yeah, I think it's important, like, to meet people in real life. Like I was researching a video about, the lonely economy, right? How there's these companies, corporations that are making billions of dollars based on a lot of people being lonely. Twitch, OnlyFans, YouTube, right? Like when you meet someone in person, as we have across the country at this point, right?
Yeah.
It's important.
Other parts of not even people from America, America, but other countries. Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, we're meeting people in Cleveland. We were in LA. You're like in Colorado. Like, we're all gangsters. Well, definitely not me. If you hear how I speak, definitely not. There's no gangster over here. Even though I literally live where they are, but it's
and so do I.
Yeah, I just wasn't raised to be that. But meeting people in real life, but even just online, talk on the phone. Do that. I feel like I don't know if they talk each other on the phone. So to build real relationships, I think it's extremely important. And you can find them online. I mean, I met Pedro online, right? Like, there's the podcast with Hector and No Giggly No Clout. I'm mixing up with the other guy.
Yeah,
they met on YouTube. They have a podcast together. They have a YouTube channel. That so you can build things. You can build businesses. You obviously build friendships and stuff like that. So
I think it's and the thing about Matt and Hector, right? Nobody's favorite podcast is what their show is, right?
Yeah,
they're not locals. These are dudes. They're men. They can talk. So that's the difference. So I think on some levels we have to begin to understand who these guys are, and then just leave them there. And that's, we can't expect much of them, because they've shown us now, some of them for years, several years, or thousands of videos, that they're just not. They don't have the mental capability. They don't have emotional intelligence sometimes. And while they might be smart in some things, and maybe they have a degree, that don't mean shit. Like it doesn't, you don't have street smarts, and you don't know how to conduct yourself and be just smart in other ways. It doesn't mean anything. So I think these guys are always just going to be on those levels. They're not going to be able to level up, because they are their biggest, they're their worst enemy. They get in their own way by not knowing what they don't know, and by surrounding themselves with locals. What Hannibal and I have done, we've surrounded ourselves with people that are smarter than us. I got pretty much everybody I surround myself with is smarter than me in one way or 100 ways. And that's how I've been able to be okay on YouTube. But when you surround yourself with people that are on your level and everybody stays there, you're never going to grow. And that's about as best of advice I can give you for you fellow content creators and men out there. So
I think like the only reason why it is even spoken about right now, because we have a show that's not necessarily gig related.
Yeah.
But the reason why our group of friends aren't doing this is what Pedro said. We've met each other in person. We are looking to better each other. We don't have that kind of weirdness. Even though Bentley, I made a video about Bentley. I met Bentley, had dinner, broke bread with him, talked to him. Yes, he's a normal guy. You may not agree with his stances on certain things. He's a normal guy. Father.
He's a good dude. He's a good guy. He's a good guy.
You may not like where he's representing in terms of what he does, but he's a decent guy. He's not an animal. He's not a creature. He's not some kind of, criminal or anything like that. But it is what it is. Joe asks, will the coach you invite the coach to the event when he goes?
Oh, we don't have.
But we're not going to San Francisco. We're not
going to. Yeah. We'll be
in California.
We'll be in downtown LA. So anybody's welcome to these events.
And homeboy, he said he bought mad cameras. It doesn't make any sense to bother now. You could tell it bothers him. Listen, us two minorities going over there. You know what's gonna happen. Don't bother, man. I'm getting attacked. They did YouTube. They did a YouTube thing. It's another question. I thought I had another question over here. I missed it. Oh, I think Barbara was asking for a collab, even though what's name said that we're everyone's trolls. Collab with trolls, but no, you guys are not trolls, of course.
I mean, you guys don't seem to be. Yeah. I mean, yeah.
That's awesome, Robert. Like, and that's what and you obviously want to make sure that everyone is cool, and everyone you meet on YouTube you want to meet in real life, but you vet them out and do a coffee date. Shit,
there you go.
You can't do a dinner. Can't go do a dinner date with someone you just met. You don't know. Quick coffee date. It's a low investment for everybody. I think it's a win-win, except if you're that boozy chick. What's this event in Cleveland, Pedro?
Gig-wise. So look out for a community post very soon. Basically, the company Moves Collective is going to be the entire Moves team from Toronto, Canada, is going to be in Cleveland, November 6th, 7th, 8th, and 9th, and November 7th and 8th, which is a Tuesday and Wednesday. We're going to be doing these pop-up events, meeting drivers, making content, doing ride-alongs, and then each night, Tuesday and Wednesday, there is a sit-down dinner and drinks, cocktails provided for free for anybody that wants to be a part of those events. So they've rented out some spaces. It's going to be really fun thing. It's just Moves getting together with drivers and learning what drivers go through, what drivers value. It's something that they're starting. It's the first time they've done something like this, and Hannibal and I are going to go. It's going to be it's gonna be a great time. I'm really looking forward to it. So.
Yeah, I'm gonna be driving there from New York City. That'll be an 8-hour drive. Be listening to some Bone Thugs and Harmony. And I don't know.
Cleveland is a city where we come from. So
Kid Cudi and Bone Thugs is the only Cleveland rappers I know. Oh yeah, I forgot to talk about this. But before we leave, real quick, just a couple of seconds. Friday night, Nicole, Pedro knows who Nicole is. Nicole was trying to tell Pedro a whole life story.
Yes.
When he came to check out Nas and Wu-Tang. We saw Kid Cudi at the King's Theater in Brooklyn. Ooh. Really cool venue. Not big like, Barclays or anything, but a really nice, intimate thing. The guy put on a fantastic show. So let me explain what a little bit. He called Kid Cudi the Cutter's Clubhouse. He had a couple of seats on the stage while he performing. He grabbed about 6 people from the crowd to go and sit behind him. Basically looks like a lounge chairs, tables, liquor and weed. And they were smoking and getting high and drinking the entire time. Like, and he was dancing with them, and he picked them pretty well because everyone he picked just knew all his fucking lyrics to every song. I love Kid Cudi, but I don't know everything. They were in it. So they belong up there. He played unreleased songs. He has a new album called Insano. He put some songs out. Very Kid Cudi-ish. Like, if you like him, you're gonna love those songs. But really good performance. I mean, dude can perform. I mean,
that sounds like a good time, man.
Well, yeah. I mean, Kid Cudi. A lot of this. I don't know. I feel like that 2010 era, we were all depressed or something. I don't know. Like, I'm trying to think of all the songs that were popular at that time.
Yeah,
Kid Cudi kind of was like him and
Kanye. Well, Kanye West had some stuff too,
right?
Was,
I was trying to remember, and I'm listening to some artists because once you start listening to Kid Cudi, they start showing you some other related artists I'm listening to, and I'm like, man, we were really sad. Why we were so fucking sad in 2010? What happened? I'm trying to think. Like all of these, the mellow, the drug kind of rap or singing. I feel like we were just really, really sad. Oh yeah, thank you, Bodacious. He did not perform this song.
What?
He did not perform Day and Night.
That's his like number one hit, isn't it?
He played a lot of some heavy deep cut songs where I'm looking at Nicole and I'm like, I don't know what the fuck this song is. And the whole crowd were in it. I'm like, all right, well, I guess if they love it, I'm like, I don't know what the fuck.
How many people were there, you think, at this venue? How intimate was it?
I don't know the seating, but it was at least 1,000. Like, it was a good amount of people there.
Okay.
But he did not play Day or Night.
Crazy.
I don't know. And people were like, one thing we were walking out, I'm like, and woman was like, I can't believe he didn't play that song. I'm like, me too. Like, I'm trying to see like what other songs he didn't play. There's one more that a famous one. Oh, Pursuit of Happiness. He didn't play that either.
What?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I know it sounds like it was a bad experience, but it was really good. It was just for some reason he didn't play those 2 songs. But he was really excited to tell us about his new album that apparently has up 40 plus songs on it. And he said, None of them are skips. They're all bangers. I'm like, all right, bro.
40 plus, none of them are okay. Well, I mean, he has to say that, but
Of course, yeah. There's no way. I don't know. I've never seen. Have you ever seen an album, even a rap album that had that many songs and none of them were?
No, never.
Never.
I mean, I think of like the double album by Tupac, the double album Life After Death by Biggie. There's that one, the album that Outkast did that was like one CD was Andre.
All right, you know what? I'll take that one.
Okay.
I love all those songs. And that's
maybe that one, but even like the Biggie one, there's a skip or two.
There's skip, of course. It's skip.
You know what I'm saying?
There's
like,
too many songs.
But
the Love Below and Speaker Box, I can listen to every single song, and also they're so different. So it's kind of like it's a double album, but there's two separate albums. But if that's a double album, then that's my best favorite double rap album.
I mean, isn't it? Because there's two CDs, there's two different albums on there.
I'll take it. I agree.
For me, that's a double. That is. I feel like that's a undervalued. We don't talk when we think of Outkast. We're not talking about that one because it was very unique and different. But
the brothers they weren't 100% feeling what Andre was doing. They were like, "What the fuck is Hey Y'all? What are you doing? What are you talking about?" And I loved it.
Andre 3000. Yeah, 20 years ahead of his time.
I got it. He had one good song, like one rap song where he just doing his usual thing, and then everything was like experimental singing shit, and I was all in. But there were some people who were like, "All right, fuck that shit. Listen to Speaker Box."
I think if Andre 3000 came out as an individual artist, or even if it was an Outkast, but then he broke off, you know, and let's say they started 5 years ago, Andre 3000, in my opinion, would be the top of the game right now.
Oh yeah,
of music, not rap, music. Because of how his eclectiveness and everything, and his look and his rap skill mixed with his boldness.
It fits right now.
In 2023, he would be the top dog. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Sure. Hopefully we can get something out of that, man. I know he goes through.
Man. We need something.
No, he didn't play Mr. Rager either. So see, I only know all the old shit, and he was playing some deep cuts from Supersonic something.
Was it a younger crowd? Was Probably. It like younger?
Yeah, it was a little bit on the younger side. There was some old ass motherfuckers, and probably all the ones who were mad that he didn't play the songs for 15 years ago. But it is what it is, man. But on that note, guys, I know we're keeping you guys up a little late.
I gotta put this up right here. Both y'all got we do. You got a can? Is that a candle handle?
No, that's just a light. But I do have candles upstairs. I love Yankee candles.
And I don't usually have this. I actually just put this in this position for the show, and it's odd that Hannibal has something that looks like a candle. Very, very. I
should, but the problem is, if I put a candle in his basement, I forget, and I walk out, the whole building's gonna be in flames. But I love candles. I have different flavors and smells. I'm a candle.
Me too, man.
Person.
I love candles. I'm a big candle fan. We probably have 10 different candles upstairs.
Then fuck this rap stuff. Let's do a podcast about candles. How long that will last? We just talk about candles all day.
It's going to last just about as long as this 1 minute. I think that's about the how long it's going to last.
Yeah, like that's because everything like that smell good.
yeah.
All right, guys. Appreciate you guys for hanging out with us. We'll be back. We got a bunch. I'm sure we got more stuff to talk about on Wednesday.
Wednesday.
Be good, guys, and we'll see you guys on Wednesday. Peace.